Hi all, and welcome to our second video today that takes into account and takes advantage of our daily power list and the amazing opportunities that are hiding behind this list. As I've said many times before, and I have to repeat it, it's possible that the trades that I'm showing here are not actually or cannot be seen live because the stock is coming into the list late in the day. Now, what do I mean late in the day? The most important factor on this list is this number, range percentage. Now, it's possible that the stock that I'm discussing right now will reach the range percentage late in the day, and it won't show on the chart, so the analysis is not perfect. However, this stock is not coming out of nowhere. It's trading 5 million shares. It's up more than 10%, most likely, and the intraday range is above 10%. So, and the price is above $10. So there are other lists that are accompanying our list, of course, that we are watching. For example, I'm watching simultaneously 3 lists. If I cannot find anything on this daily power list, I'm going to either a long list. Let me show you the list. And in this list, I'm carrying talking about stocks that trade above 3 million shares. They are above 8% and $8. Or short screening list. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, guys, and the shorts on this list are 5 million shares. And again, you play with the numbers because you don't want a lot of stocks in the list. You want the list to be the best of the best of the best, because if there are a lot of stocks, you spread yourself around, you spend too much time searching and less time looking for the right pattern, and a lot is not actually beneficial in this case. So what I'm saying here is that first you go to your preferred list, then if you can't find anything there, you go to the other list. But obviously, most of the time you will see, guys, that I'm using the power list, and the power list is only 16 stocks out of thousands in the New York Stock Exchange and the Nasdaq. So imagine how precise this list must be, okay? And that's important, okay? So you go to one list. If you don't have other options, you go to another list. I already showed you one trade from the list early on, that was HSAI, and I'm going to show you another trade. Very, very simple. I'm not even looking at amazing movers. So looking at SATS. And again, the idea here is, in order to be successful and profitable, to take low risk trades on patterns that you are acquainted with. Don't risk anything above what you decided to risk. So in this case, I suggested trade as much as you can with a 1% risk. Meaning, you take a $20,000 position, you risk $200. You take a $5,000 position, you risk $50. You take a $50,000 position, you risk $500. And again, it's your personal preference as a day trader. The reason why we're trading the most liquid stocks in the market is exactly that. You can scale up or down. Nobody cares. Nobody's gonna pick up the phone and say buy more, sell less, whatever. Nobody cares. The liquidity is perfect or near perfect, and the idea here is to stay in the trade as much as possible if you are profitable. And again, you can see the last HSAI trade closed at the highs of the day. This one, SATS, is not closing at the highs of the day, but it's closing near the highs of the day. Obviously, not all the trades that you're going to take are going to close at the highs of the day. Some will come back to the entry, so be it. So they come back to the entry, nothing happened. What happens? You lose commissions if you live in the if you are trading with a U.S. broker. Most likely you don't even pay commissions. So nothing, really nothing happens. Okay, so that's the idea. SATS is gapping up. And now the gap up is immediately, it's a huge gap up. Sorry, it's not a huge gap up, but after 6 minutes, the stock is up from the close, which was 25 pretty much. It's up to 27. So that's actually nearly 27.50. That's $2.50. That's 10%. It's in the list. Maybe it is in this list maybe it is in the power list. I think it is, but let's say it isn't. It's in other lists. Okay. So again, if you in the morning, I have to say, early in the morning, the power list is relatively empty. So you need to go to other lists. Either way, this trade is transparent, visible, easy to trade, plenty of volume. Fits the strategy. I'm not even forcing a trade at the VWAP or anything like that. Breakout over the highs of the day, risking, as you can see, in this case, 20 cents. That's the why 20 cents? Because of this, let me explain, of this triangle breakout. If you observe it, perfect. If you don't observe it, you cannot take the trade. But if you observe it and you don't take the trade, that's a mistake, I think. Anyway, so the liquidity is perfect. You can take the trade. Obviously, you can take the trade with more risk down to the VWAP. I don't suggest that. Okay, obviously the trade works to perfection, but I don't suggest moving the risk up 100%, because if you trade it with 20 cents of risk versus 40 cents of risk, that's 100% more risk, which means a 40% risk on a $20,000 position is $400. Yes, it is. Yeah, it is $400. Now, if you start losing twice in a row, $400 and $400, it comes to, you need to fight back to get into $1,000 just to get to break even. So again, that's math that doesn't belong into this discussion, because some of you are taking $5,000 positions, others are taking $100,000 positions, and what I'm pointing is, and I talked about it so many times, it's scalable. Those trades are scalable. That's why we're trading these type of stocks. And if you don't observe SATS, so be it. You don't. There are thousands of other stocks, and I'm not even suggesting that SATS is the best trade to trade. I'm just giving an example out of this list, okay? Because I'm like I said, I'm suggesting and insisting that this list is it's not probably there are obviously better design lists in the market, but this one has the attributes that we want as day traders. Like I said before, volume, range, and scalability and liquidity, and then it's up to you to find the right technical patterns that you want to trade. Reversals, breakout, VWAP entries, I don't know, maybe Fibonacci entries, any type of entries that you feel comfortable with. So the idea is to keep also the chart clean and see the support and resistance levels, which I think are the most important thing, not necessarily the VWAP or any other indicator. Round numbers, for example, are super important to me, but this is not the case here. Okay, so now how do you manage? Again, very, very personal. Some will take profits immediately. Others will wait. Others will add to the trade. Others will scale in or scale out. Like I said before, this is impossible to take into account so many scenarios, because if I'll sample 10 traders, there will be 10 totally different results of this trade, okay, in terms of entry points, exit points, adding, scaling in, scaling out, the number of trades taken, and so forth. Bottom line, we are using only 2 scenarios here. Move the stop loss to the entry and sell at the close of the trading day. That's the scenarios that we're dealing with, because other than that, we're going to spend I don't know how many hours on one trade. There isn't that much to learn after all, and the most important factor for day traders, I think, is to stay in a position hours, because if you stay in a position hours, there is a chance that a trade will grow. Now it's possible that the trade is not going to do anything for hours and then come back to the entry. So it wasn't meant to be. But we are not limited to 1 trade per day, not even to 5 trades per day. We can trade 8 trades per day or 2. Okay, that's how we deal with this strategy. And again, the lack of management is, I think, a virtue. Don't manage or overmanage the trade. You overmanage the trade, eventually you're going to kill it. And the idea here is to have zero management once the trade gets in the money, and if it loses, so be it. Then you lose the 1% of whatever position you entered with, and don't deal with shares, deal with money. Take a $10,000 position, take a $50,000 position or a $5,000 position. Don't deal with the shares, and the management will become way easier. Okay, guys, if you have any questions regarding this SATS trade idea, and of course there are many issues with this trade, and adding points, and doubling the position, and scaling in and scaling out, I'd like to hear, but I would like also for those who like this strategy to try and implement it, because it's very easy to implement if you have the patience to be in a trade a long period of time. And like I said, the idea here is that you move the stop loss into the up to the entry minus couple of cents and stay there, basically at zero risk. And worst case scenario, you exit with a 2-cent loss. Best case scenario, you exit with $1 win. In this case, it's $1.10 from the entry at 358. Sorry. Okay, guys, thanks for being here. I remind everybody that we have a seminar this weekend. If you want to participate, do email us, and we'll gladly see you in the next video. Please share this video with your day trading friends.